Be nice if I can click the right thing. Good morning. Having all kinds of technical issues. I had to change all the stream information at first, so we're live. I think we're finally live. Are we live in the right category? Screwed up all kinds of streaming this morning. How is everybody? Are we doing good? We're not in the right category still? Yeah, there we are. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering Modern. I'm going to be playing some more of this Wither Spike list. Last time we played this last Friday, it felt good. It felt like a pretty good deck. It felt like I had some power to it. We went, 2 and 4 overall with it, but the 4 we lost against were probably not good matchups to begin with. But I just wanted to run this through another 5 matches, if possible, see what we got going on. I did do a little bit of changes, not a whole lot. First and foremost, in the main deck, the only change, I went down 1 Grasping Dunes for a Westvale Abbey. Westvale Abbey is a tap for colorless. Tap 5 in it, pay 1 life, create a 1/1 white and black human creature token. Or tap 5 in it, sacrifice 5 creatures, transform it, and it transforms into a flying lifelink indestructible hasting 9/7 demon. We create a lot of tokens. So the idea was it's just an extra card. I wanted to try it out, just see what it's like. And then over here in the sideboard, we went down the Spellbomb. We got another Relic of Progenitus. And we went down a Wither the Storm and a Thoughtseize to add in Necromentia. I thought this might be a good card against our Cascade friends who want to be degenerates. But choose a card name other than a basic land name. So we could strip Thran. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles and then creates a 2/2 black creature token for each card exiled from their hand this way. So bring this in against Living End, bring this in against Rhinos, bring this in against Thran. Could possibly bring this in against Titan, take away Valakut or Titan itself. So we're going to try this card out. I like effects like this, so we'll see how they work here. Other than that, it's pretty much the same list. I'm just hoping some tweaks to the sideboard will help us in these matchups that are bad. Relics, I don't know if Relic is necessary or if they should be Leyline of the Voids or they should be Soul Guide Lanterns. I don't know. I have the relics. Buying the additional relic was next to nothing, where I had reserve on my account, so I'm just going with the relics here. So let's jump into some matches. Let's see if we can't get some games in. See if we can't do some stuff. But the deck felt like it had some good power last weekend, so I'm wanting to try it out. This is an amazing hand. We had the land. I'm gonna keep this. Probably gonna bottom the Black Sun Zenith. Might come to regret that decision, but that's the decision I'm making. They are going first. See Chrome Ghost. Yep, I'm regretting that decision already. Oh. Counter target spell or ability that targets. Okay. Another Ammit Eternal. I don't see this card played very often. I'm curious to what our opponent's up to here. What is this guy? Abandine of Iteration. If a wizard entering the battlefield... Okay. Some kind of wizard deck? I don't know. I'm interested. Devoted Druid, eh? Glad it gave us a turn 2 play. Next turn, throw down Nest, hopefully. Keyword there is hopefully. I think we can use Devoted Druid's ability to untap it. So that's fine, I guess. We have the infinite combo in hand. But I think we want to stand down Nest of Scarabs right now. If we top deck a land, I'll be very happy with our life. But if we don't, I'm probably going to throw down the Spider, because the Spider's going to trade with every single one of these creatures just about, except for this one. Sure. Some kind of wizard deck. I'm interested in what our opponent's got going on. It's pretty cool. We're going to eat their wizard guy. The Quill Spike. Throw down the Spooter here. We'll throw down the Spooter and then we'll Quill Spike next turn. And hopefully we get the win there. Gonna attack. Okay, so we didn't get to put the counter on it, I guess. Could block the Frost Trickster instead. Duly noted. Do they have? No, they don't. Do they see the infinite combo here? They can disrupt it. It's annoying. I don't want to untap it because it just dies. Pass a turn, I guess. You dirty dog, you. Thing. As long as your devotion to blue is less than 5 on a creature beginning your end step, exile target creature. Your end step. Okay, so he gets to flick, tap our stuff down. All right. Well, um, debating here. They can counter the fatal push. This has turned into a weird game. I was not expecting that. They disrupted our infinite combo, which is annoying. Now we have to deal with this thing. They can counter any effect that targets their stuff. We really need a top deck and a Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is how we win here. Oh my god. Huh. Our Jank's getting out janked here. We're gonna take a lot of damage in here. think we're dead. They just keep flicking stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Bounce one of my Obelisk Spiders. Ammit Eternal. Alright, let's go to game 2. Wow. Alright. Well, let's bring in the Abrupt Decays. Veil of Summer seems interesting. But I don't know how interesting. I think we just want removal stuff. Ammit Eternal's probably not that great here. Quill Spike actually doesn't seem as strong here. Our combo's a little bit easierly disrupted. Nest of Scarabs is probably how we win. I'm actually gonna go down 2 Quill Spikes. Probably like that. Opponent's deck's interesting. I gotta give him that. I'm gonna keep a lot of Devoted Druids, Abrupt Decays, Noxious Hatchling, Land. And they have Ether Vial. So I want to Abrupt Decay their Ether Vial. That, my friend, the question. I'm going to. They gotta cast a creature per turn. I feel like we're better off than them being able to vial stuff in and play creatures. Devoted Druid next turn. Leave up Fatal Push. Huh, Meddling Mage for our deck. It's a good wizard, but I don't know if they're gonna pick. They picked Devoted Druid. Alright, you die now. I need to actually play Devoted Druid this turn. Or I can just play Channeler Initiate. I could just do that. I'm pushing the Meddling Mage regardless what I do. Probably drop Noxious Hatchling next turn. And attempt to turn up a clock. Kira, what is our opponent doing? Seriously. Creatures you control have whenever this creature becomes target of a spell for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. Sure. Annoying. Alright, no, we're going Nest here. Actually, no. Do that backwards here. Next turn, I'm going to attempt a Noxious Hatchling. Create a bunch of Nest of Scarabs. Can't really do anything in response to anything, so... You motherfucker. God damn, I hate that card. This deck is super annoying. It's cool, though. I like it overall. I like the idea of it, but it's been really annoying. Two, three, four, five. We have potentially five. Potentially 5 mana. There's a Spooter. I think it's untap all their lands. Um, Go Noxious Hatchling. See that Harbinger of the Tides? Cannot stand that card. We have a million copies of it in our hand. We draw a land. I'd like to go Spider land. Oh my god, and they have that stupid card too. This deck is so annoying. It really is. I think we've lost already. We need a Black Sun Zenith off the top. That's the only way we win here. Black Sun Zenith X2. Bounce Harbinger. Bounce my Chandler Initiate. You get Nest of Scarabs for 2. We have 4 mana. They have so much in the air. I don't know what else we got going on for us. Yeah, our opponent's deck's been annoying. Like, I feel like we've really been, like, I don't know. Bunch of flyers, bunch of tap, tons of stuff. I feel like their deck is really good against creature decks. Taps down the Obelisk Spider and we lose, right? Yep, alright, whatever. Try to play a fun deck. Modern's not full of those, though. Alright. Game 2. Good hand. Potentially good hand, anyway. Yeah, that deck our opponent last had, like, just every creature they played disrupted what we were doing. And then they were able to just soar over flying. And mauled to 5. Basic Swamp. Could get us an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Probably Nest of Scarabs. Yep. I will say this, if this ends up being 8 rack, I don't think there's a way we win. I'm pretty sure we just lose. We don't have any draw power in the deck. We're incredibly weak to rack effects. But they did maul to 5, which is not good. Okay, so it's not a rack. Well, it could be a smallpox deck, though. Okay, it's a rack deck. Just ditch the fatal push. Try to stick next turn. Yeah, because this is a sack target for... Yep, it's the rack. The white, it's an Orzhov rack deck. I guess we do have draw power with Yawgmoth. But we got to get Yawgmoth running. Which is going to be the issue here. I'm going to land Nest, because Nest is a potential way we can dig ourselves out of this situation. Veil of Summer comes in. Maybe Relic. Abrupt Decay definitely comes in. I don't want to play the Yawgmoth to... I don't want to play Yawgmoth into something that I can't use him for. I guess I could always sack him. Response to draw a card. Let's just play the Yawgmoth. Oh no, it's pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature. Looks like they might be mana screwed here a little bit. They grief us ditching their Lily. They could have Ephemerate here, but they're not going to steal anything. We just have land cards. So there's some kind of grief build I don't like Grief in 8 rack. They do have the Ephemerate. I mean, we might end up losing to this, which is fine, but I don't like this kind of build of 8 rack personally. Would really love a relevant creature here. Actually, I would just like a creature, right? Take one from the rack. Ammit Eternal is not bad. I'm not going to attack here because this would create good blocks for the Grief. And then if they want to target something, we can start Yawgmothing. Holding up our Overgrown Tomb and Grasping Dune here. Minimize the rack impact. But the thing with like rack decks is you want to 1-for-1 your opponent. And like the Grief Ephemerate, you're like 3-for-2ing. Right? I'm personally not a fan of it. Probably helping that our opponent has been a little bit underwater here with lands. Anytime they can fire off a small pox, it's going to be probably bad for us. Just been trying Grief. They wanted to have Solitude too. What is this thing? Timeless Dragon? Huh. Our opponent's got a pretty interesting list here. He goes, he gets a Triome, so he's going to have double black here. Our opponent scoops it up. Abrupt Decay and Veil of Summer. Let's go down. Ammit Eternal is probably gonna be good here to be a clock. Fatal Pushes. They have Grief. They have the Dragon. I don't know what other creatures they have, but I'm gonna take out the Fatal Pushes because we have the Abrupt Decays. Abrupt Decay doesn't deal with Grief. I mean, if they turn 1 Grief us, they probably have the game anyway. You know what I mean? I like most everything else though. Black Sun Zenith's probably not that good here. Yeah, Grief can be an issue though. Is an argument for Fatal Push. I'm gonna try this. Let's try this, see what this is gonna do for us first. We didn't keep that great of a hand last game. We got lucky to keep the second Nest of Scarabs, which is what really was able to make our deck run. And we kind of got lucky by getting land flooded there a little bit. Burned off their Grief and Ephemerate move, which could have been backbreaking. I'm glad I played that Yawgmoth when I did. Veil of Summer could be good though. Good Beta discard spell. Can disrupt a removal spell. And then Abrupt Decay to deal with like rack effects and stuff. Or Liliana's. Deal with Liliana. I want to keep this hand. It's very slow though. And it's weak to discard, kind of, but we have our land. I'm going to keep this. Opponent also went to 5, which is worth noting. Cool if he lets us have the play here. Begins with 7 cards. I'm going to begin with 7. They go first. Inquisition us. Yep. Probably going to take Nest of Scarabs here. Fortunately. To be a matchup I want Castle Lothwain in pretty badly. But we don't have it. I would love to be able to activate Westvale Abbey this stream. They take the Eternal. Interesting. Maybe they don't have a good way to deal with that card. I mean, they also might just have, you know, all the removal spells. I mean, not removal, hand disruption spells in the world. Here comes Flagstone. Dark Confidant. Good card for them to have. We did take out our Fatal Pushes. We're going to keep drawing land. They get a Raven's Crime. So, we're probably going to have to kill the Dark Confidant. I mean, probably bring back in the Fatal Pushes. I don't know. 8-Rec's such a weird deck to sideboard against because they can play like tricks on you like this. The one good thing is we have a lot of land in hand, which is going to really help us against the discard spells. Yeah, they go Triome. They go Raven's Crime. We're going to ditch the Urborg here. Hit us for 2. We're going to dump Nest of Scarabs this turn, hopefully. Channeler Initiate. Hopefully next turn we can play that card. We're probably just going to keep these other 2 swamps in hand for now. Get a Godless Shrine. Lucky them. So if they go Smallpox. Oh, they do have the Sagas. You're going to tell me you're not going to get Solitude, but yeah, you have the Sagas. Come on now. I'm just teasing. The good news with Sagas is we're going to make a bunch of critters. They're out of black mana for the turn. So I think we're going to get stick Channeler Initiate, which is going to be good for us. It is worth noting we're in a bad spot here. Let him hit a Lily. They get a Plains. They're just going to keep getting lands off of this dude? Really? Well, they can empty hand us with Raven's Crime. And then we're on a bad spot if that's the case. They play the land instead. Inquisition's us. Gonna take one of our quill spikes here. They do have a Godless Shrine in hand, so they could just Raven's Crime us too. And that doesn't... yeah, that's what I would do. Dump that Godless Shrine, take the other quill spike, and then you have Urza Sagas. Yawgmoth off the top would probably win us the game, though. 2. So they're not going to activate Saga this turn. Oh, Collective Brutality. That's annoying. I might send their Bob in just to turn them off. We get the Spooter. Spooter's probably stronger here than Quill Spike. They're probably going to fetch up a Rack Effect. That was why I went for the attack there. They get a Raven's Crime. Really? Get out of here, man. Because now we're in a spot where we need a land and Yawgmoth in order to play Yawgmoth. Can't imagine they don't make a token here. But now we're in the trouble of they can just loop Raven's Crime left and right. So we're going to have a hard time just holding up stuff in our hand, especially when they get 2 draws a turn. They're just going to float the mana? Okay, they did not make a token. Makes me concerned, whatever this is going to be. Lingering Souls. Okay. Devoted Druid would be a decent draw too. But, I mean, Soul Spike's going away right now, so. I'm going to start taking 3 a turn. I don't know if this is the right play or not, but I'm just going to be aggressive. We had potential to gain life off of Obelisk Spider. I guess that's the difference between this and Reach. Ain't it? Come on, take a hit from Lily. Timeless Dragon. Oof. Yeah. That was a big one. I'm not entirely sure what Internalize means, though. Could get him planes. I think Eternalize means it comes back as like a zombie token or something. I mean, really, I think this is going to come down to just being a close race. Channer Initiate is probably going to actually turn the tides in our favor if we top deck one of them. Chandler would be a big draw. The collective brutality for round 2. That Chandler Initiate would actually be the best draw. It would burn them for 6. We would gain no, it wouldn't burn them for 6. We'd gain a little bit of life off of it. We get a Peatland instead. Ooh, that was a good draw. I'd rather them trade off the Bob here. They're going to get to internalize that Timeless Dragon, and then we just keep the Obelisk Spider up. Obelisk Spider is going to create a bunch of nests, gain us some life. But I like the Spider attack here. Another Timeless Dragon would be awesome. Inquisition. Dead card in our hand for right now. Yeah, the Abrupt Decay was a good draw there. Flashback Lingering Souls, maybe? Be my guess. Yep. And they have another Lingering Souls. Gross. Alright, he's wanting to trade off the Bob here. I'm fine with doing that. Again, Channeler Initiate would be amazing here. It's actually probably our best draw. Ammit Eternal's interesting, though. Because Ammit Eternal is going to... It's actually going to do a lot for us. They cast even one spell, so... That was also a good draw. Let's not attack, either. They eternalize the dragon, so I'm right. It becomes a zombie flyer. So he got to fade the Ammit Eternal for that turn. I don't imagine he attacks. I didn't think so. Something good here. Another Eternal. I'm going to attack with the Eternal. The first one. Because we can either burn them for 3, which is going to be good. We can't block any of their stuff anyway with it. If they want to throw a chump in front of it and take 3 damage, I'm fine with that. Basically just a lightning bolt at this point. And it's going to put them in good range for Obelisk Spider to possibly kill them off. This game's interesting. This has been a weird game. If they play a spell, they can't attack. Because Obelisk Spider will kill them with Obelisk Spider. Actually, I don't even think they can play a spell. I think they just die from a spell. Well, we're going to gain 2 Scarabs, and they're going to lose 2 life when we gain 2 life. Yep, alright. We took the rack down. In a very weird and grindy match. Did take the rack down. I don't think we would have won that if we didn't get that Abrupt Decay, though. I think a little bit of luck got us there on that one. that Abrupt Decay was just right in the right amount of time for it to be relevant. I would like to go first. I'm going to keep it. I'm not in love with this hand. I also don't hate it. I'm going to put in the Overgrown Tomb, Not Shocked. And then fetch with the Catacombs for a basic. Our opponent drops a Blooming Marsh to what? The Noble Hierarch. As always, belt the bird. We have a slower hand anyway. I thought about bringing Blooming Marshes into the deck, but I don't know. I kind of like playing more basics. We're kind of mana heavy. Very... Oh, they're Infect. Interesting. I'm going to fetch here anyway, because I want to... our life's really not that relevant, I guess. But just to thin our deck out. Devoted Druid is not a bad draw. I mean, they might have us dead next turn anyway. Thoughtseize. Probably about the only thing to bring in, I think. I don't know what else to bring in. Thoughtseize, maybe Abrupt Decays. Go on the removal heavy package. Probably go down the Eternals. Opponent said, sorry, 1 sec. No worry, kilowatts. I'm just going to yield through this turn. Well, I'm not going to. I don't want him to think we don't have something to interact with him. You know what I mean? They might just have the kill spell here, though, honestly. They're shocking everything in. Makes me think they do. Interesting. Not the card I was expecting. The idea is next turn we're going to go Hapatra and Ammit Eternal. What's funny is we're actually going to pretty benefit pretty well if we block them with stuff. I feel like if we get a Nest of Scarabs down against them, this is going to be insane for us. Hapatra? Ammit Eternal? Quite possibly make a bunch of death-touching snakes. Yeah, I don't know. This could be a weird game for us. Like, weirdly in our favor. It could also not be in our favor. I don't know. Because they're going to be quick, but we're also going to... If they do damage to us that isn't at our face, we're going to make a bajillion creatures. So... I would love to dump this other Vizier here. I mean, Devoted Druid next turn. So yeah, depending on what they do this turn, we can untap Devoted Druid, create another death-touching snake. I mean, first strike's annoying. But we also have Ammit Eternal to throw in front of its face. Noxious Hatchling. The only thing that sucks about Noxious is it only trigger once with Hapatra. So I'm just going to throw down Devoted Druid here, the other one, and probably cycle this Peatland at some point. I really don't see that much of a reason to play Noxious Hatchling other than it can get big eventually. I do like the idea of... I don't know if we get punished for this attack. We could. We could very well get punished for this attack. They let the 5 come through. Ammit Eternal has actually felt like a real powerhouse. I mean, it really has. It has felt like a very strong card. Like if you're gonna make like I don't know, like this is probably the best build it's gonna show up in. I could be very wrong, but it has felt really good most of the games it's in. And the games this weekend, it's an easy sideboard slot. Blighted Agent can't be blocked. Oh boy. We want to find a kill spell for that. That is how we lose the game. This is the Blighted Agent. We use one Fatal Push. Could draw Black Sun Zenith and just be absurd here. If it has First Strike and we double block it, what does that do? Let's find out. Okay. So it does what I thought it would do. Kill both of them. Oh, I wanted to cycle that Peatland. Obelisk Spider. Not the best. Um, take 6 here, possibly. Yep. I think we killed their Blighted Agent. Could have blocked Hapatra. I guess they could Blossom in defense. Well, we got rid of one of their... We got rid of one of their pump spells. They still might just have the kill in hand, though. I mean, the fact that they did that, they probably have the kill in hand anyway. My internet's dipping out. the deal is there, internet? Birds of Paradise. Not gonna do it. Not exactly the kill shot quite yet. I think they have to have the kill shot here or they're dead next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they're not dead exactly next turn. Might have Okarosa. Five. Yeah, if they don't have the kill here, they're dead. I mean, like I said, if they got it, they got it. They don't have it. All right, you're dead. All we gotta do is play the spider. All right. I just wanted to be sure here. Thoughtseize, Abrupt Decay. Let's go. Eternal was actually really strong there. What do I want to go down? Noxious Hatchling probably. Can go down. Let's go down a Quill Spike. Go down a Eternal. Let's go down a... Everything else seems really good. Let's go down 2 Quill Spikes. I don't like that. A lot of our stuff seems good. Not a bad hand. I'm going to keep it. Thoughtseize him turn 1. Problem is they go like turn 1 Glistener Elf is going to be annoying. Birds of Paradise. Okay. Would really like to draw some lands though. Thoughtseize you. Finds Might of Okrosa, Ram through, Phyrexian Crusader. So I would just take the Crusader. Ran through is going to be annoying. Let's take the Crusader and just hope that they don't draw a creature here. Ran through is probably their best card though. Maybe Ran through is a card worth taking. But we're not going to be blocking them for a few turns. So I'd rather just take their creature. Next turn, we're going to go Hapatra, hopefully into Channeler. Channeler, hopefully into Yawgmoth. Then we win the game. I don't think they beat Yawgmoth, though. I really don't. Okay, they draw a Noble Hierarch. That's good. What's nice is they play the Urborg, so we don't have to tap the Verdant Catacombs here. Oh, we do, because we want... Hang it. Clicking through stuff. Yeah, Urborg's going to give us double land here. They draw land. They could just start beating our face with flying creatures. Would be annoying. Sure. They could start using Ram Through as a removal spell, too, which is kind of funny to think of. Land. Devoted Druid, though, is going to be better than Channeler Initiate. Channeler Initiate. Yep, let's go to Devoted Druid here. I don't want to attack. Because they could trade off our Hapatra, the Noble Hierarch or something. So I don't want to attack here. I can't imagine they let us go through the attack. Next turn, if we can slay Yawgmoth, I'm pretty sure we win. They just keep drawing land. That's good. I imagine they're going to go ahead and attack with Birds of Paradise here. Exalting it. Like I said, it might be a situation, too, where they just start putting pumps on stuff. Would love a land here. Abrupt Decay. There's actually a good argument for Nest of Scarabs here. Or Channeler Initiate. And then Yawgmoth. We want to set up to where Yawgmoth can really clean house here. And if we just do Devoted Druid, we lose Devoted Druid, but we get a snake. Get snakes. Okay, Yawgmoth is probably the play here. We don't have to sack Devoted Druid right now either. I mean, yeah, if they want to waste their hand on keeping their stuff alive, I'm okay with this. They could Vines of Vastwood here. I think they knew I'd just do it in response. We're going to end it here. I'm just going to clean up their board. I really want to untap and then start going crazy with like Nest of Scarabs and stuff. Actually, next turn, if we can just play Obelisk Spider, we win the game. They're going to keep their bird alive, it seems like. If they do that, I'm going to let them do it. I'm okay with that. They decided against it. We can play land for turn. We haven't yet. And just attack them for 2. Not using Hapatra's ability. Nope. They draw another land, immediately cycle the land. Probably looking for that Blighted Agent, which we can just kill. Phyrexian Crusader. Sure. Okay. They realized and scooped it up. So it took down Infect. Infect feels like a match if we can just get underneath their feet. We're probably okay with. Like, you know, we have so much creature interaction, a lot of great blockers. So in theory, you know what I mean? One land away from this hand looking awesome, so I'm going to keep it. Goes and gets a Force and a Noble Hierarch. You get Black Sun Zenith and Fatal Push it right now. Black Sun Zenith, depending on what our opponent's doing, could be really good in this matchup. I don't know what our opponent is doing yet. Maybe some kind of green-white deck. Birds of Paradise. Elvish Reclaimer. Yeah, that should probably die. I'm going to set up Nest of Scarabs next turn. Maybe not. I got Cauldron too. Well, unfortunately, we can't kill Stoneforge Mystic this turn. Oop. Oopie. It does have Trample too. Probably going to be way too slow for this Stoneforge and Cauldron. Should have probably held on to one of those Fatal Pushes. Maybe a little bit too aggressive there. It was just a 1-2 for the time being. Do they have this? It makes me think they're playing probably like Holy Pride Mage too. Yeah, here comes down the Cauldron, which we're going to have a very hard time dealing with. Especially because it has Trample. This is probably one of the worst cards for us to deal with, is Cauldron Complete. I actually might bring in those Necro cards to deal with Cauldron, honestly. I really might. Necromentia. Renegade Rallier. We can Black Sun Zenith for X2 next turn. That's a 3-4. Noxious Hatchling. So we kill 3. We do get to make a buttload of tokens, though. Let's do it. Let's make the 1,000,000 tokens. Just make 10 tokens. Good news is Our friend's little Phyrexian germ doesn't do a whole lot in terms of trample anymore. We draw a land. I would love to go Hapatra, Nest of Scarabs next turn. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Black Sun Zenith was killer there. Black Sun Zenith off the top would be absurd. Just to do it again. There's like no way they would be able to undig from that because we would make literally a bajillion tokens. I would love to actually see. That'd be hilarious. Hapatra. Um, play the Noxious Hatchling so we can keep going wider here. Make a buttload more of tokens. I guess if that was the play I was going to go, I should have attacked with all the creatures. Our opponent plays too aggressively fast. Like, settle down. Wonder what they're going to get, though. Might have some wackadoo land that's going to kill us here. Next turn, I'm just going to play Hapatra. Pretty sure they're dead unless they have the kill here. Black Sun Zenith for, yep. Black Sun Zenith for a lot. Who would have thought? What do I want against them? I think I want the Abrupt Decays in this matchup. Yeah, the Necromentia's up in the air. Because, like, once they get it in their hand, what's it matter? You know what I mean? They probably only have, like, one copy of it anyway. We can Black Sun Zenith. We'll be alright. Of course, we need Black Sun Zenith. Good argument for Relic because of Renegade or Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize actually doesn't sound too bad. Just depends on what we can remove. Ammit Eternal, probably not amazing here. They don't know about the Quill Spike loop, so I kind of want to leave Quill Spike in. They didn't see Yawgmoth either. Yawgmoth is a way we can deal with. Yawgmoth is a way we can deal with Cauldron Complete. They know about the Nest, so let's go down a Nest here. I might actually just go down both hatchlings too. Call it like that. Let's see what this does this time around. At least that's my thought process. Oh, a lot of good cards, not a lot of good land, though. If Ammit Eternal, one of these Devoted Druids, were 2 other lands. Gonna keep it. Bottom, Patras. Honestly, probably just both of Patras and lean on Black Sun Zenith pretty hard, maybe. I mean, we don't have a way, we don't really have a good way to deal with it that much. Maybe bottom Westvale Abbey here. Probably just going to bottom Black Sun Zenith. Maybe that's a mistake. More than likely, that's a mistake. I want to go Hapatra next turn and possibly Channeler Initiate. They probably have Prismatic Ending, though. Prismatic Ending. As many lands as they're playing. Were they Bant or were they more? I think they're Bant. Go get their Cobra. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. You're from red and blue. Okay. Go get a Overgrown Tomb. We get a push anyway. Well, push doesn't really do a whole lot here, right? They're down Hapatra. I don't think they saw Hapatra last game either. I think they really just saw Nest of Scarabs, Noxious Hatchling, and Black Sun Zenith. Because they would have to waste a turn for Stoneforge to put Fire and Ice into the field. Or they can just play a land and waste a turn. They could have another Stoneforge, which we don't have removal for anyway. I would love to set up Westvale Abbey here. That'd be such a cool way to win, wouldn't it? Ammit Eternal. That's an interesting draw. I'm curious to see what they do with Hapatra if we attack. Oh my god, they just had the freaking Batterskull anyway. In hand. Alright, well that decides what we're doing here. I guess it is worth noting that our plan of I'll put it on here because I want it for mana ramp. That our plan of Abrupt Decay dealing with artifacts instead of Nature's Claim, this deck is proving us wrong because Batterskull and Culture Complete. Culture Complete has Indestructible, but still, you know what I mean? It's 3 to return it to hand. They have another freaking Stoneforge. This one's probably getting Culture Complete. Sure. Land here would be awesome. Yawgmoth is as interestingly awesome as it could be. Yawgmoth was a really good draw here. And we get the Black Sun Zenith. That's pretty cool. Oh, I should have sacked the Summoning Sickness one. We get Quill Spike. Alright. That was enough. We took down the Stoneforge Blade. That game 1 Black Sun Zenith, though. You know what I mean? That game 1 Black Sun Zenith where we just made an army of... Oh, that same guy. Would you join my thing again? I want to play a different deck. And we had a mulligan to 5 there. Hello again. Keep this bottom. let's bottom the Overgrown Tomb here. Who's playing first? They are. I mean, we don't have that bad of a hand. You know what I mean? I just don't. We don't have a good hand to deal with, like Cauldron or anything. That was an interesting draw. My plan here is to go Devoted Druid into Hapatra, into Obelisk Spider, and Channeler Initiate. Lotus Cobra. Okay. Gonna get to have a shit ton of mana here. Yep. Stoneforge probably. No, Renegade Rallier. Get back to land. Wow. This is an absurd turn 2. Must be out of stuff to do. Man. Oh, shut up. Are you kidding me? You literally played like 3 lands. You got a Lotus Cobra and a Renegade Rallier. That's a good turn 2. Now, I'm not going to accuse this guy of this, but I've been to stores before where, especially in like limited, I'm going to use an example my cousin experienced not too long ago. But like they make an absurd deck where you're like, my God, everything's like there's a real synergy here. It's a very strong feeling deck. And then you say something about it and you're like, hey, it's jank, I just threw it together. And it's like, oh, shut up. You know what I mean? It's like, you know you're good. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that's how our me thinks you have Zenith again. LOL. Nope. Yeah, I'm not accusing our opponent of that. I've come across that before in my past, and so is people I know, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to be they're trying to have humility, but they're kind of being like narcissistic with it too. Not to do a little bit of rant and raving. Okay, so we can go. We have 5 mana available. So we could go Hapatra and Obelisk Spider. We could go Hapatra Channeler Initiate. We could go Hapatra Obelisk. I mean, Ammit Eternal. I kind of like. Oh, I mean, we're gonna lead on Hapatra no matter what we do. And kind of like. Kind of like the Spooter here. Big butt, Spooter butt. Over Channeler. Fortunately, I don't have Black Suns here. But I do have the Spooter. Big butt, spider butt. Death Touch Snake is hopefully going to hold Tireless Tracker back. Spooter can hold back Renegade Rallier. Let the Lotus Cobra come through. So they are Bant. I was right in that aspect. They are Bant. A Bant deck. Next turn, I'd love to go Initiate and Ammit Eternal, honestly. And I probably won't. I'll probably dump the Initiates counters on the snake token, one of the snake tokens. I do feel like they've kind of piddled out a little bit here. I also don't know what's in their hand. Also, I never did update Stream Decker for this, so I mean, it's basically the same list as last time. So, I mean, if you just type in Stream Decker, it probably pulls up the exact same list anyway. The only difference is Westvale Abbey and a few cards in the sideboard. I would love to get a Westvale Abbey kill, though. I don't think it's going to happen. Jace! Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I just gonna have to let him bounce a Hapatra. The birds. Oh boy. Probably not getting into Jace anytime soon. Another Channeler Initiate. Play the Hapatra. I have 3 mana. I can play an Initiate, or I can play the Eternal. And I don't know what would be better here. The Eternal is going to just trade with Tireless Tracker anyway. So probably the Initiate. And I'm probably just going to put the counters on the Initiate. My problem is Jace. I'm going to send the Death Toucher. We're going to keep making Death Touchers. We might as well try to kill this Jace off. What's up, Adam? Deck's doing really good today. Deck is doing really good today. I don't know if you were here for the last game. Henry keeps dipping really bad today. I don't know why. I don't know if you were here the last game, last match, but we did Black Sun Zenith on X2 and created 10 Nests of Scarabs and won the game with those. Pretty sweet. Yeah, the decks felt good. We beat 8 rack. Well, we beat a rack deck. I don't know if they had 8, but it was black-white rack. We beat the rack. We beat Infect, and we beat this. We're actually playing this guy again, but this person again, but we beat them last time. And then game 1, we lost against this crazy tap down, bounce, blue-white wizard flying deck. It was a really strange deck, but it was just like it did everything against us. You know what I mean? Like it just did the entire game, just like their entire match just worked against us really well. Their entire deck. This is only game 1 of this matchup. Yeah. Double Lotus Cobra. They have all the mana in the world. Probably gonna get buried underneath this Lotus Cobras. We honestly just need Nest of Scarab or Yawgmoth. We need Yawgmoth more than anything. Yawgmoth actually will win us the game in the position we're in. So no, we need Yawgmoth. We top deck Yawgmoth, we win. We have to get Yawgmoth probably within a couple turns. But I do feel very confident if we do get Yawgmoth, we win the game. You have 3 copies of them in the deck. They're gonna make 1,000,000 mana. The Plague Cauldron. We need Yawgmoth this turn. I mean, I guess we have a couple turns we can like skate by, but we need Yawgmoth within the next couple draws. I'm not gonna send anybody to the slaughter here. Yawgmoth off the top, please. Ammit Eternal. Well, let's make a bunch of tokens. I don't know if I want to put him on her or not. I'm going to. All right. Like I said, we need Yawgmoth within the next 2 turns in order to stand a chance here. The nice thing about Ammit Eternal is it's going to start dinging them and creating excuse me, a bunch of tokens too. So Ammit Eternals look pretty good here. It does not attack well though because of Tireless Tracker, unfortunately. Not attack well at all. But it could be a situation where we attack with them so they block and take 3 damage off of Ammit Eternal. But we have to get Yawgmoth within the next two draws pretty much in order to win the game. Because with Yawgmoth we can go infinite. Oh, gross. Well, now we're really on a clock here because of Blast Zone. Yeah, it's pretty much Yawgmoth or bust this draw. You get a Stone Forge. Yeah, we're pretty much Yawgmoth or bust. Blast Zone doesn't deal with tokens, which is nice to know. But we have to get it this turn. We have to get Yawgmoth this turn. Deal. Actually, if they just equip Sword, Fire, and Ice to Cauldra, it becomes a 7/7. 2 damage to any target. Draw a card. So if they do this, they kill Hapatra, and then we lose the game. Five, 6, 7. Right? Did I do that right, or did I not do that right? Because even though it has first strike, it won't trample over, right? Because it would still have to go through everything. I think that's right. I don't know. I hope so. We can't lose Hapatra here. Hapatra's our savior card if we draw Yawgmoth. You get to exile a bunch of creatures, sure. Yawgmoth off the top, baby. One time. One time off the top. One time. Yawgmoth off the top. We can go infinite. Quill Spike. Quill Spike, we can go infinite. Quill Spike or Yawgmoth. Quill Spike, Yawgmoth. Quill Spike, Yawgmoth. Come on, baby. One of the two. Another Hapatra. We still have one more turn to draw one of the two. We can't lose Devoted Druid here. They have something to flash in. No, they're putting a counter on Blast Zone. Alright, no, we lose to Blast Zone, so just go to game 2. Alright. What did we bring in last time against them? Just Abrupt Decays, right? Yeah, we really needed... Quill Spike or Yawgmoth would have won us a game there. We really needed to draw one of them. I mean, 7 copies. Our chances were high, but not 100%. Black Sun Zenith would have been absurd too. Would have really helped out. But we got buried underneath those Lotus Cobras, honestly. That was the big killer for us was Lotus Cobra. Way too strong. I mean, it wasn't way too strong, but it started our opponent off on way too strong of a foot for what we were doing. We're a bit slow of a deck. What doesn't your deck do? So I say I could ask you the same thing too. Our opponent seems really friendly. My assumption of their meh after a crazy turn 2 Comet. Like I said, I wasn't accusing them. I was just kind of bringing up past experiences. Opponent's taking forever to sideboard. Might be a weird sideboard plan. So yeah, we submitted our deck. All right. I would like to go first. I'm gonna keep this. I'm a simple guy. I like birds on one. I have, and if I have too many birds, I brainstorm. That's true. Yawgmoth is on another level. Moth has been super strong. Lead on Swamp Go. Devoted Druid next turn. Hopefully. I don't know if I want a Devoted Druid next turn or not. I don't know. Like we're in kind of a weird spot of where we want to be at right now. Devoted Druids, I mean, it's going to be better. Hmm. Let's just go Devoted Druid. We could Yawgmoth next turn if we want to. We could Obelisk Spider next turn if we wanted to. They have Lotus Cobra, so we're probably going to Yawgmoth next turn. I don't know, because we don't really get to do a whole lot with Yawgmoth next turn. We do. We need like a Hapatra or something. There's Knight of the Reliquary. I knew it was in this deck. So Knight is going to be annoying. So we don't have a good setup for Yawgmoth yet. We could do a double Channeler Initiate or double Channeler, Channeler into Devoted. Or we could go Obelisk Spider Channeler. I kind of like Obelisk Spider Channeler. We could go another Devoted Druid, though. Kind of like that play instead. I think Devoted Druid's the better mana ramp, but Channeler's not bad either. We're probably going to go Yawgmoth next turn. Start sacking the Devoted Druids with counters on them. Try to find something to go infinite with. This will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gives us 6 mana next turn. So we do have the ability to play some stuff, float some mana, and possibly search up some stuff with the Yawgmoth. We can basically get 2 draws off Yawgmoth next turn. So we have 3 draws to find Bill Spike or or a Hapatra or Nest of Scarabs. Basically what we're looking for. We want Bull Spike, we win the game next turn, right out the gate. Hapatra, we win the game next turn. Nest of Scarabs, we gotta wait a turn to win. What's this guy do again? Sacrifice a forest or plain, search a library for a land card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. Okay. Gotcha. They're just going nuts with the Lotus Cobras here. They do have enough just to play Cauldron from, which is super annoying. They get the sword. Don't know if they're going to equip it yet or not. Elvish Reclaimer, sure. They get a nice 3/4. Equips it to Lotus Cobra, sure. Hits us for 4. A lot of big creatures. Hits us for 5. So again, we're kind of in a situation where we need this next turn. I mean, we went down 1 nest, didn't we? Yeah. So we have 3. I forgot about how sword works. Never mind then. We're probably dead here. Still play Yawgmoth next turn, but Full Spike wins immediately. Well then. Come on, Quill Spike. Let's go infinite again. Do they see the combo? Is this infinite? Yes. GG. All right, let's go to sideboard for game 3. So we got there with the Quill Spike combo. Awesome. I'm actually going to go down to Chandler Initiate, bring in the Nest of Scarabs back in. I just think we want, like, with this matchup, we want something where we can go infinite with. I mean, if you really think about it, there's a lot of cards you can go infinite with this deck. Really kind of weird. Yeah, is this infinite? Yes, it is. Ugh. Again, it's like a hand you want to see, but there's just no land. I'm gonna keep this. We got pushes for stuff. We have Hapatras. We have Yawgmoth. So bottom the redundant Hapatra. Get to bolt the bird. Get a Nest of Scarabs. We have all the infinite combos here. Field of Ruin. Yeah, you know what I mean? Lotus Cobra dies this turn. Get Abrupt Decay. We just want to start drawing lands, though. We really want to draw lands for the next 2 turns here. They have another Field of Ruin, so their mana is really wonky here. Sure. We get a Forest. Kind of screws up our mana a little bit. Not really. I guess we have Yawgmoth. Draw land. Chandler Initiate. Well, let's throw down the Initiate because we need to start ramping. Yeah, Devoted Druid is definitely the better ramp spell here, but Initiate's been good. Don't get me wrong, Initiate's been really good. Next turn, I'm going to go Nest of Scarabs. If we draw a land, I'm probably just going to go... I don't know if I want to go Hapatra next turn if we draw a land. I'd really like to get Nest of Scarabs down. I mean, we got screwed on mana, but so are they. You know what I mean? If they feel ruined, Urborg. We're in a lot of trouble here. They get a Blast Zone. We get a Quill Spike. Just throw down Nest of Scarabs. You can put a counter on Blast Zone. I'm definitely not playing Hapatra out into Blast Zone. Putting a counter on Blast Zone this turn. Yep. I might use Blast Zone to nuke Chandler off the field, which would be good since we are mana screwed. Then we can just dump down Hapatra next turn. Said, would like to draw a land. If we can draw a land and untap with Chandler, feel pretty good about our lives. Well, they're not Blast Zoning this turn, so that's good. But we can leave Hapatra in hand for now. Our way we win is they play a creature this turn and we Yawgmoth. We draw a land and Yawgmoth. That's how we win. There's the creature. Have play land this turn. We can Abrupt Decay the Lotus Cobra away. They did not play a land this turn. I thought they did. Yeah, getting stuck on 2 mana. Probably gonna be the death of us. Fortunately. I don't know what our opponent's got here. Field of Ruin. Who you? They have Jace, bounce our Chandler Initiate. Oh, okay, they brainstorm. This is a situation where if we get Yawgmoth, we might be okay. If we get Yawgmoth down. But it's got to be like this turn. There it is. Um, I don't like Yawgmoth here. Abrupt Decay. And I'm actually thinking about just punching Jace in the face. I don't know if that's the right play or not. But I definitely think Lotus Cobra's an issue. So let's get rid of Lotus Cobra off the field here. One of those things, like, we need to, like, set up something outside of just Initiate. We need, like, a Scarab. You know what I mean? We need, like, one Scarab. We need them play, like, a big creature here. Brainstorm with Jace. Like, yeah, if they play Batterskull, I'll be very happy with our life. I guess there was a good reason to try to play Yawgmoth that turn because of Blast Zone. I don't know. Our opponent is really low on time. But again, I feel like we're in a spot where we're going to lose, I'll give it to our opponent. If it comes down to that, I'm not too worried about it. There's not money on the line. I'm just like trying to think of like yeah, if Chandler was Devoted Druid, would be in a better spot. But they're not more than likely going to Blast Zone here. Keyword though. They might. Lotus Cobra number 3, of course. They might just play Cauldra from hand. If they play Cauldra, we can play Yawgmoth, and we can probably start popping off a little bit. That's rough. That might win them the game. Because now we're really, really weak to Blast Zone. Renegade Rallier, they just play all the stuff. Okay. So we can't play Yawgmoth and Hapatra at all next turn. We could play... I mean, we could just play Yawgmoth next turn, this turn. We could just play Yawgmoth this turn, try to draw some cards, play Hapatra next turn. Blast Zone doesn't kill Yawgmoth, which is nice. Yeah, let's just play Yawgmoth. Like, do we kill the Lotus Cobra now? I mean, they can just Jace it. Jace away the Yawgmoth next turn. I didn't think of that. We can activate Yawgmoth in response, though. Nope, just let it happen. I think we die here. I think we're dead. The prismatic ending on Nest of Scarabs, I don't think we probably sequenced properly. That's on me. Our opponent doesn't have a great clock, though, but they do get the Jace every turn, which is going to give them eventually a great clock. I think our opponent's debating if they want to Blast Zone or not here. Which would be annoying. For sure. No, they just get Sword of Fire and Ice. That's definitely... like their best card they could have one card of in hand. The Renegade Rallier. We're going to throw Channeler Initiate in front of Renegade Rallier here. Now we're probably dead. We can save Channeler Initiate, though. I think we need it. So do you target it? You target me. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we need Channeler. Field of Ruin. Sure. Black Sun Zenith would be a good card for us. Help us deal with this a little bit. How'd they get another card in hand? Oh, they get to draw a card off of Sword and Fire and Ice. Something good. Devoted Druids. Devoted Druid's really bad because of freaking Blast Zone. Damn it. This could prevent an attack. Because we can remove 2 counters, supposedly, off a Channeler Initiate. We need to top deck a land. If we can Hapatra Yawgmoth, we win. But we got to keep Channeler alive one more turn. We do have to keep Channeler alive. Even if they Blast Zone in response, we can still do everything in response to Blast Zone. It's been a close game. The first match didn't feel like, I felt like we were pretty well suited, but this match against him has been pretty epic. Prismatic the will spike away. Well, let him hit me. Unfortunately, I have to. Now we just lose with Yawgmoth. Stoneforge goes fetches up Cobra, and then we lose. Because in order to play Yawgmoth, we would need some kind of life gain. Alright. We could Black Sun Zenith. Black Sun Zenith probably being the only card that... No, because they can just play Cauldron from hand. Yep, I think we're dead here. Dang, I was wanting to go 4-1. We get a Hapatra. Alright. Let's GG our opponent here. They got us that time. So that how you fit all those combos in are insane. They're all actually kinda accidental. Yeah, the Quill Spike combo and stuff like that was not really intentional. But anyway, so that was this time around. We went 3-2. The deck feels good. This feels like a good deck. And honestly, I think that game 3, I might have to watch back. I feel like I may have played some bad lines there, personally. I think I may have made some bad moves there. But yeah, the deck, I mean, it did good today. We didn't really play anything like very tier today. We played some more homebrewy stuff. But the deck, for one, this deck is super fun. It's a super fun deck to play. For two, it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid deck. There feels like there's good power here. I've never played the Yawgmoth combo, so maybe this is just kind of a weaker version of the Yawgmoth combo. But I don't feel like it is, because I feel like we're doing a lot of different things. Like Nest of Scarabs has proven time and time again that it is a very, very powerful card. Hapatra has been really strong too. Ammit Eternal, this stream was honestly a powerhouse. It was a really great 3-drop. Chandler Initiate is the more weaker of the creature spells in this deck. It does work pretty well if you have Nest on the field. It does work okay if you have a Hapatra or a Spider on the field. But it's not a bad little mana ramp, and I definitely think we want the 8 mana dorks. Having those access to those mana has been pretty important. So I definitely think we want the 8 mana dorks. I think Chandler's just going to be your best mana dork in this build, in this kind of deck of what we're doing, because we can get more value out of it with Hapatra and Nest of Scarabs. And it's like, there's an argument, it's like, well, Chandler, you know, if you're playing it after Hapatra and Nest of Scarabs, you know, you're not really ramping into it, but you can play it beforehand and then ramp into, you know, into these cards and then get another one. Or it can be late game, just a 3-4 you drop onto the field and you know, blow up a snake or a scarab to get a 3-4 for 2, which is pretty good. Quill Spike has been good, but we've never used him to attack. He just wins us games on spot, just randomly. We saw it there in that last matchup where we just top deck a Quill Spike and we win. So Quill Spike has been good that way. Obelisk Spider is awesome, very strong. 1/4 blocks a ton of stuff in the format. It kind of fades removal pretty well. Yawgmoth has proven every game we have Yawgmoth, we probably win. except for that last match where he didn't stay on the field. If he stood on the field, we would have won. Yawgmoth is very strong. Noxious Hatchling, was pretty good. This could honestly be something else, maybe, to make the deck a little bit more leaner. But there's times where you play Noxious Hatchling with a Nest of Scarabs, and it's absurd. It's just crazy how good, if you have a Nest of Scarabs on the field, as Noxious Hatchling can be. And it acts for a good body, too. I think a 2 of is good. I don't think you want more than 2. It could probably be a 1 of. Black Sun Zenith was strong this session, this stream. Black Sun Zenith definitely feels situational. But it has felt strong this stream. I think if I would honestly like go down any card, I would go down 1 Noxious Hatchling for a Fatal Push. I don't know if we really want 2 Noxious Hatchlings. But the thing is with Noxious Hatchling is when that card works and goes off, like you win the game. Like it's very strong when it's set up. Not always set up though, but when it is, it's absurdly strong. And there's a good argument to play it with Quill Spike, because Quill Spike will eat the counters off of it in both ways. Like you can use Quill Spike's ability to eat counters off of it to make a bigger body, or you can just play Quill Spike and take off counters off of it. So there's a good argument for Noxious Hatchling being it too. Sideboard, we never came across anything where the changes were really relevant, but I do feel like this is a pretty decent sideboard. There's an argument for probably bringing in something that deals with mana that is 3 or higher when it comes to like Cauldron Complete. Again, I don't know how we're going to deal with Cauldron that well in this deck, because we're kind of setting up to block creatures, to set up to have a big board presence or win with infinite combos. So or attack with an army of bugs and snakes. So to like play against something like Cauldron, it's really rough. So I don't know, but the sideboard I did feel like we had a little bit more relevant matchups where the sideboard seemed good. So, but that was another round with Quill Spike. I really like this build of Nests of Scarabs, the Withery build, and we still have a card with Wither in it, which is not just Hatchling. We did see this time around that Obelisk Spider does not work if it kills the creature, because it puts the +1/+1 counter after the damage. So if you block a 1/1 with Obelisk Spider, you don't get that -1/-1 counter, which sucks. Where Wither you would. So it's just something to note. But Wednesday, when we come back to some more Modern, we're going to be playing this Scarab God build that I put together. We can actually change the sideboard to this a little bit too. I don't know if I want the... What did I take out? I got Wither by accident. Weather, I mean. We're going to be playing this because it looks fun. Playing, you know, Fatal Push, Devoted Druid. So a lot of the same stuff here, but we're going to try out this build, see what it's like. I don't have... I wouldn't say super high expectations, but I'm not as like antsy about this build, just because I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just see how it is. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Be uploaded on YouTube next Monday. So if you want to check it out there's stuff down below. I'll be playing some Pauper tomorrow. So have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.